Who that say gonna beat them Saints? Who that say gonna beat them Saints? Who that say gonna beat them Saints? Sk, 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 sk. Sk, 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 sk. I'd like to welcome you to the House of Thrillers. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. I read my works and other novels with sound effects and B-roll that goes along with the story. So if you like books on tape with a twist, stick around. It's the Phil Guy 316. Phil Guy 316. It's Stony Baker MD. Stony Baker MD. Stony. You guys ready for it tonight? Share it out. Share it out. It's the Okie Grower 75. Sugar pie. It's sweet as sugar. Just in time, darling. Sugar. It's the urban van life. Urban van life. Check. Sound check, urban sound check. Deidre Baker. How's that sound out there, Nez? Nez lover. I see you, Robin Rocks. Robin. Back for some more. I'll be lurking. It's RL Real Writing. TWLP popcorn. It's Nikki Dunn. Nikki, darling. Praise all that is good in the world and give thanks for this fortuitous stream, y'all. Tokyo Lloyd. Tokyo. Sounds awesome, says Nez. Tonight, we're going to be reading Land of the Dirty South. Ska Angela, ska, 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 ska. It's Angela Critters. Angela Critters. Angela Critters. Angela Critters. It's Angela Critters and it's Angela Critters. Ska Nora ska. Ska, 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 ska. Test, 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 test. The Stock Explorer. Test, Nora, test. Ska, Nikki, ska. Brain tingles. Brain tingles. Brain tingles, Debbie Carson. Buckle your seatbelts. It's quite the ride. Don't let me miss anybody. Darlene McGee. Check. Crystal Vlogs Lifestyle. Crystal Vlogs Lifestyle. Ska, 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 ska. Show me Sasquatch. Show me Sasquatch. Max Air 420. Max Air 420. Ska, 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 ska. Tropical buzz. They're coming in. Ska, Stony, ska, ska, ska. Augustus has decisions to make. It's Benny Loco and it's Benny Loco. It's Benny Loco, ska, Benny, ska. Ska, darling. Rebel canners, rebel canners. Nest lover, I love you more than shrimp and grits. It's the land of the dirty South. Ska, Grammy, ska. Grammy, listen to the sound of my voice. Tokyo, Tropical Buzz. Okie Grower 75. Welcome, Hilltop family new. Welcome. Rain tinkles. It's Cantor Roberto Ferreira. Hola, amiga. Roberto. So if you guys remember correctly, Land of the Dirty South is the sequel to Dutch Coffee Shop. We're bringing the Dutch shores back to Mississippi. So we started out and we meet this European man in a trailer in Harrison County, in a redneck's trailer, and they're making a deal. And that's about all you see there in the prologue. And then we met Matthias Johnson, Baron of the Bloods, gang lord of the Memphis Crime Syndicate, BC Treasure Trails. Check BC. And then we met Augustus, the Mexican cartel leader. They're on a super yacht out in Cabo San Lucas. Here we find Klaus the Cracker, immigrant Dutchman. He's there to do business with Augustus and or join the organization. K-Lastic TV. Sweet as sugar. Benny. Beautiful people. Test, 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 test. They're coming in. They're coming in. Tune it out. Tune it out. Let it all go. Tonight we're going to be reading Land of the Dirty South. So buckle your seatbelts. It's quite the ride. And we'll see you on the other side. Augustus cracked a smile. We have watched you for some time, my Dutch friend. The Mexican kingpin walked over to a glass table on the portico and retrieved a piece of paper. As he returned, he began with Klaus de Cracker, immigrant Dutchman. We tender 7 years employer, Timon de Boer, courier, agent in charge. Klaus was stunned. How did you? A simple matter. Listen, the point is, we think you're good at what you do. Transportation of huge stock, etc., etc. It's all in your dossier. For the past 18 months, I've had my people tracing your former business associates in Holland. It seems that these people are in accord. They agree that operations could be most profitable. And they agree that you are one of the best. Although many believe that you perished in South Holland that day at the villa. Klaus was amazed that Augustus possessed such information. Say, Klaus said. Yes, friends of yours in Holland. It seems that you have done your homework. Klaus searched inwardly, leaving a slight pause. Let me see if I have this straight. You're wanting to make shipments to Holland. Precisely $1 billion worth of cocaine each month, as we are doing on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Same setup, different location. Klaus paused for a moment. He raised his brows, thought briefly, and said, "Such life is to pass for me." Certainly you are no fool, Klaus de Cracker, immigrant Dutchman, son of Wilders and Anna de Cracker. Augustus searched the page with poise. Hoek Holland. Need I say more? Klaus was awe-stricken. No, horrified that Augustus had gone to such lengths. Blackmail, the Dutchman thought. Who would have thought? What else? Said Klaus, whose frame of mind was hastily slipping into the role he knew so well. As if the drug lord knew what Klaus was thinking. Yes, they lived peacefully with their tulips and windmills, with their dog Flanders running by. Augustus let his words simmer, and then adding for good measure, "But these are not the least of your worries." Klaus lifted his hand to his chin, metaphorically feeling for the hook in his mouth. Didn't even taste the bait. This bloody cocksucker is good. It took just a nanosecond for his brain to realize that he had never seen it coming. Let's get in there and loot that for you guys. Sorry about that, guy. I forgot to loot that. Klaus thought to himself, simple as running a school of northern lights, for setting up people with marijuana dispensaries. Yeah, right. It had been, considering the circumstances, wishful thinking. Born lobster die a mobster. Is that it? It was all he knew, really. Besides, it wasn't like Augustus was giving him a choice. Plus, there was the bright side to it all. The money, the women, possibly Mariana, the Mexican goddess. He thought. Again, he was on his own, and his gangster mind was ready to rock. If my parents are to least of my verdi's, then what would be to worst? Yes, the weak link, August intoned. For you, the unturned stone. The drug lord loved to speak in generalities, eliciting information out of people that would ordinarily get overlooked. Klaus said with conviction, and what would be under to stone? Edwin the Groat. All at once, images of the lanky gangster flashed through the Dutchman's mind. Edwin the Groat. Constantine Vanderpoel's goon. The one he and Hunt had left behind. Undead. A probability left to ripen. Klaus had always known Edwin the Groat, a man with some wits and plenty of brawn. I do not think it is a good idea to leave him alive, Klaus had said to Hunt upon leaving the outskirts of Terranotion. Edwin may cause problems in the future. In Hunt's reply, there's been enough killing for one lifetime. And so it was, and so it had been. And so it would be. And then anxiously Klaus asked, has Edwin come looking for me? Augustus waited a second to say, many times, yes. What was that supposed to mean? But, for what reason? You see, everyone was dead when you left, but you left the one man alive with revenge in his heart. Augustus let the paper sail from his hands. He watched it drift through the air, fall overboard. Then he set his eyes back on the Dutchman. Edwin could have killed you many times, but all the same, he has followed you, and now I plan to do business with him, with your help, of course. It sounds as if you have it worked out. Augustus snickered, a triumphant mocking known to the rich. Man, this guy sounded like Manu Gleason. Klaus wondered if the drug lord suffered from some form of autism. Klaus said, what is the good news? The good news, yes, Augustus said. The kingpin let out a checkmate laugh and then said, the money, of course. But with a more sinister and drawn out hoot, he added, There is so much to be made. No, a fucking psychopath, Klaus warned himself. So what is the plan? The plan? Yes, a simple proposition, if you will. Let me guess, you want me to pimp the women's as well. Augustus found this off-the-wall comment amusing. He allowed himself a loose volley of mirth, lastly guffawing with, I like a sense of humor, Klaus. And to think you thought you would be only running a chain of schools. Laughable, is it not? On the other hand, when it comes to business, I make no mercy. Do you understand? Klaus said he did. Many have betrayed me. And, of course, these unfortunate souls have paid the price. At any rate, we shall discuss the contacts. After the drug lord completed his explanation, going over minute details, Klaus said, It does not sound like you give me much from choice. The choice is always yours, sir. As with all of the men on the Santa Maria, if you will notice, each is a representative from a main port of entry into all markets worldwide. I have noticed that you even have some from the Middle East on board. We shall be everywhere, Klaus. By accepting our terms, you will keep the infamous Edwin de Groot from killing your family. Do you see? If not, they will die. And this is something that Edwin de Groot wants very much. As the Americans say, you drive to hard bargain. After the details of the cocaine shipments were settled, Augustus said, when you arrive in Holland, set up the contracts with Edwin and have the cocaine delivered on schedule, like clockwork, all right? What is the payoff? Augustus told him by saying yes, he would become a board member of the Northern Lights University chain, receiving an overall piece of the pie. Been to the first shipments go to Rotterdam. We're concluding the arrangements now. After all was settled with the new business, Klaus changed the subject. So they're going to talk a little bit about setting up this chain of cannabis schools all over the country. Now, I wrote this years ago, so I'm going to be editing some of this out anyway. It's just too old. So Augustus tells him with a poker face, there are setbacks, always, of course. Men with chips on their shoulders, renegades of anti-prohibition. You are quite knowledgeable, Klaus. The cartel needs men like you. I think the president has clearly stated his position on respecting states that may have voted to allow medical marijuana. To people. Yes, many others, Augusta snapped. Yeah, I talk a lot about prohibition in this area of the manuscript, and it's a lot of old information that needs updating. And that's basically the end of chapter 1. Meep. It's Meep's music. Check, Meep. Dorito and the Luce Capre. Dorito and the Luce Capre. Wisconsin Greg. Greg. Big movie fan, 18 plus. Big movie fan, 18 plus. Big movie fan. Benny Loco. Benny Loco. Benny Loco. Benny. Ness Lover. Ness Lover. Tokyo. It's Thomas Owens and it's Thomas Owens. And it's Thomas Owens and it's Rowan Entertainment. Rowan. The Lazarus Project. Test. Test, Meep, test. Benny Loco. Okie Grower 75. Debbie Carson. Hey, it's Joanna Official. It's Joanna Official. Joanna, darling. Test Aiken Hills. Test, 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 test. Test Aiken Hills. Test. Roberta Ferreira. Cantore Roberta Ferreira. Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia. Eric. I see you, darling. Producer Jill. Producer Jill. It's Producer Jill. Shrimp and grits, baby. Shrimp and grits, baby. I love you more than shrimp and grits. Ska, Grammy, ska. Ska, 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 ska. Ska, Debbie, ska. Grammy check. You guys having a good time? Sk, 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 sk. Felicia Casper. It's bow ties and books. Hey, darling. Bow ties and books. Bow ties and books. Bow ties. It's like an audio dream. Beautiful people. Tongue clicking. Brain tingles. Brain tingles. Brain tingles, 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 tingles. Meep, meeps music. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Land of the Dirty South, Chapter 2. The Hannah could be observed truncating several nautical miles north of Chandelier Island. She was the very best fishing vessel of her kind, decked out with the most advanced angling gear known to man. Her proud owner, Captain Jimmy Dempsey, better known as Hunt in another life, looked out over the water that he had come to know so well since his return from Holland not 14 years ago. "14 years," he told himself, "a long time." For a charter captain, Dempsey, who possessed a high IQ and a cauldron of wits, a man with the street smarts of a cat, was as experienced as any captain could be. He had aged, though. The worry lines on his face had become more pronounced. The lips had acquired a thin sneer. The hippie hair had long ago been chopped off. He, through the test of time, had become a wise man. No two ways about it. Redemption had changed him. And he did. He counted his blessings every day. To his friends, he would often say, "You know, some people never fully redeem themselves in life. They're always looking for it. It's what we're all looking for at some point. You know, sometimes it might just be for that person you call a name in junior high, or somebody you've wronged or picked on. In most cases, it all takes a simple sorry. In his case, Jimmy knew God had given him that second chance. No doubt he would, until the day he died, look for ways to display his fealty to the Lord, his Savior. Yes, going into the villa that day in order to save his brother William. The man formerly known as Hunt had figured well enough that man O'Clyson was going to kill him, regardless if that messenger bag had had money in it. Hunt, in spite of the situation, had, irrespective of the dire consequence, gone in and rescued William. And of course, as luck would have it, Klaus had done the right thing, saving them all. Agreeably, they had flown off into the sunset. There had been hope after all. It now seems so long ago, so jumbled up, an apparition. No, he told himself, I buried Hunt long ago. Menno Clyson was dead too. He was not coming back. Jimmy, who would have to remind himself of this time and time again, this incessant fear, this idea that somehow Clyson had survived, allowed this to eat at him. And many times through the years, he had found himself denying that Hunt had ever existed. Jimmy, to his friends and family, but spoke nothing of Hunt. In fact, warned them all, and only once, that Jimmy and nothing other than the name Jimmy would be accepted in this family. a wholehearted, reticent denial of the fact. No, Jimmy had closed the casket on Hunt long ago. Two other facts had changed the man. One, Jimmy now had a son, someone whom in his former life he never knew existed. There's not much you can do to change the past. Once you done dug those hills in, you're in it for the long haul. Jimmy felt the contriteness of years past overwhelming him. There's nothing you could have done about it. There's nothing you could have done about it. You didn't know. You've been beating yourself up for too long. Look at him. He's a fine boy. It was true. Dickie Dempsey, at the age of 23, was as virtuous as they came. The kind of lad that took advice well. The irony of it, first you're accused of murdering a woman you didn't kill, someone you had a brief fling with, someone you found out you had a son with. It was like something out of a movie. It must have been like when William found about you being alive. At the time, Jimmy couldn't remember it clear as day. The boy's parents died, the coroner had told him. But after further investigation, it appears that Dickie Dotson's DNA is a match for you, Mr. Dempsey. It had seemed both mind-boggling and implausible all the same. Especially after the missing years in Holland. Dickie Dotson, the son of a woman he barely knew. Dickie Dotson, who unequivocally had the fiery temper of his grandmother, Josie. A woman who refused to have anyone do it but herself. Dickie Dobson, a stubborn young man, a splitting image of him. Oh God, Jimmy thought, he looks just like me. Well, almost. He has a few of William's features too. And his brother William, he was gone, had packed it in after Hurricane Katrina headed out west to California. Years before having gone to medical school, William Dempsey had secured a license that would guarantee him a life of financial success. this. If you really think it's the right thing to do, William, maybe you ought to think about staying for a while, working things out, like the rest of us. We're all on hard times. Hell, I ain't never seen it so bad. I can take it, Jimmy. Things are crazy down here. My practice is in shambles. I'm in my dead up to my eyeballs. No, nothing worked out like it was supposed to. Hell, hardly anybody's got insurance anymore. Damn lobby's empty half the time. Nah, the West is waiting for me. It was all so ironic, Jimmy thought as he gazed out to starboard, his wise eyes scanning the horizon. It's a big world out there. Out to the west he saw the sun, an orange torpedo-like looking figure, setting a tangerine flame across the silver-colored water. Up above, a red-hot lava sky layered itself in shingles, while seagulls resembled black check marks against the canvas Van Gogh would have painted with the green hues of his dissidents. As Jimmy raised his binoculars, his arms stood out like ripcords. He was a tough old bird, the horrors of his life buried deep. Nothing, however, compared to the horror that he now faced. Astonishingly, it, of all things, had nothing to do with money. No, there was nothing financial about it. In reality, and as any of the bankers would tell you, Jimmy Dempsey would never have to worry about money again. He thought about the time he'd gotten this big break. It all started not too long after he returned from Holland. Here he was with all this money. They were sitting on top of a charter boat, and they had no worthy investments in mind. That was Klaus and him, whom he had to split the proceeds of the heist with. Seeing how all these people were making money online, he decided to take a risk. It paid off. And boy, did it. After divvying up between him and Klaus what was left over from the sale of the hashish, and after paying off the Hannah, each of the men had about 1.2 million apiece. Most of the cash he had initially kept hidden, but after his fluke investment hit the big time, as the press had stated, he funneled monies into accounts everywhere. He was a rich man, filthy rich, and as of last quarter, his net worth had reached 20 million. Despite the fact that he was filthy rich. How in the hell could it be? Fucking cancer. But it was, and it was happening to him right now. Eating him to the core. His subconscious said, "You don't have long and you know it. This implausible situation worried Jimmy a great deal. Although Dickie, young and strong with a good mind of his own, seemed to have matured into a bright young man, the kid was still naive. No, Dickie might not be able to handle it. Things get tough sometimes. You gotta figure a way out of this mess. There's just no telling what'll happen to him with all that money. He'll get eaten alive. Sk, 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 sk. Who we got out there? It's Jen's aura. Jen's aura. Ska, Jen, ska, 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 ska. Jen's aura. Felicia Casper, Skippy Limpy. Felicia Casper, Skippy Limpy. And it's Sean Tuber, and it's Sean Tuber, and it's Sean Tuber. Sk, 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 sk. The vintage hippie. The vintage hippie. The vintage hippie. Check vintage. Ska Debbie. Ska, 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 ska. Nez Lover. Ska, Nez, ska, ska, ska. Partly cloudy 420. Partly cloudy 420. Jen's aura. Sk, 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 sk. Test, test. Penny Loco. Ska, 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 ska. On a long, lonesome road, there's shone a shiny demon in the middle of the road. And he said, play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul. And I looked at Kyle and we each said, okay. So we played the sk, 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 sk. First thing that came to our heads just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was the best fucking song in the world. Look into my eyes, and it's easy to see one make two and two make one. And it's a Soldama. Hey darling, hey Soldama. Hey Soldama. It was destiny. Oh damn, Scully, this is hot. Jensara. Jensara. Scudge, scudge. Benny Loco. Benny Loco. Benny, ska. I have to peel some potatoes, onions, and chop some mushrooms. So be right back. And if y'all come by the time I get back, stay out of the Delta Quadrant. Incoming hooks and kisses. And it's Jen's aura. And it's Aesel Dama. And it's Ness Lover. Rita's juicy life. Rita, hey darling. Test. You're not late. You're right on time. Darling. It's a sultana. A sultana. Brain tingles. Tingles, 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 tingles. Brain tingles. Brain tingles, tingles, tingles. Scalloping wet. Scalloping wet. Stony Baker MD. Check. Test. Stony Baker MD. It's Mary Love Poems. Mary Love Poems. Hello, my friend. You're highly welcome to the House of Thrillers. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Hello, Rita darling. Here's a fabulous night to see such a doll of yourself. You thought I was a donut? You tried to glaze me, and then you tried to eat me, but it didn't faze me. 2 and 1 make 3, it was destiny. Slippy slopes to suffering succotash. Sylvester, that's Kaskaskia. Morning weeps, rain falls, ashes to ashes. Broken glass washes away the only way to be. Phoebe ska ippy. see clear once again, true broken rose cockles from once used pop bottles of better bubbles past. Rita, sk. I think my beer goggles are multi-purpose. Can I get a scut out there? It's Genzara. Ska. The 5-day charter was due back in the morning. The group, 8 middle-aged businessmen from Little Rock, Arkansas, like a pack of inquisitive boys, found their way to the end of what would one day, in old ages, be known as the proverbial adventure of a lifetime. A story full of twists and turns, over exaggerations that bespoke of sharks as big as Jaws. It just so happened that at this point in the trip, most of the patrons had it. The majority having given in to their wills of endurance, slept off hangovers in the hold with Captain Jimmy. Dickie knew that his father was not up to par and needed rest, not the rollicking spool of the sea. Out on the main deck, along with several ice chests full of beer and food, 3 of the remaining patrons continued their boisterous expedition. The men, Dickie noticed, having long ago The men, Dickie noticed, having long ago lost their degree of smell, paid little attention to the aromas surrounding them, including the ones reeking from their bodies. He watched their awkward balance, always the same at this point in the trip. These men were no sailors, but mere couch potatoes. Covering the deck was a melody of grime, fish guts, cigarette butts, bottle tops, lone hooks and leaders. open tackle boxes, empty beer cans, and the usual array of sludge that accumulated on such trips. In his reverie, Dickie noticed in the water a commotion. It took the young seaman's thoughts away. A sixth sense that said something was about to happen. Just then, one of the patrons, a heavy-set blob of a man, said, "Something's playing with my line." His reel with that offered two staccato whines, and then a squilling penetration of lines spooling into the water. "He's got a live one," Dickie said privately. "Probably nothing to worry about. Dangerous sharks rarely patrol these grounds." G.W. Cuevas, the Hannah's deckhand, also known as Skeeter to the rougher rednecks of Harrison County, and also Dickie's companion in the off hours, said to the itinerant fisherman in his grating horse-like voice, "Now set the hook, partner." The clumsy patron did as he was told. "I think I got him," and the man said as he watched the pole jerk forward like a heroine searching for prey. "Oh my God, he's big." The obese client secured the rod between his portly thighs, saying, "I don't know if I can hold her," as the line continued to stagger off. Wanda, Louisiana style. Wanda, Louisiana style. Check, Wanda. Check, 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 check. Tokyo Lloyd. Ska, Tokyo. Ska, ska, ska. It's very, very, very hot in here. Build guy 316. Skavilka. rebel canners, rebel canners, rebel canners, rebel canners. Ska, Tammy, ska, 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 ska. So what do y'all think about Land of the Dirty South? You got this redneck named Skeeter. He's one of the main characters. He's been in and out of Harrison County Jail quite a few times. It's Buggy's mama. Ska, Buggy, ska, 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 ska. Ska, 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 ska. Ska, Tokyo, ska, 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 ska. Angela Critters, Angela Critters, Angela Critters, Angela, It's Jenzara, blowing cool winds your way, Benny Loco. Calming anxiety, calming anxiety, calming anxiety, brain tingles, 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 tingles. calming anxiety. Aceldama, Aceldama, Robin rocks, Robin rocks, Robin, remade and washed away, lost and gained. Felicia, Casper, Skippy, Limpy. Calming, Genzara, roll call, roll call, roll call, brain tingles, brain tingles, Robin, brain tingles, brain tingles. It's the Stock Explorer, Noroska. Brain tingles. It should have never happened that way. If fate had wanted to bring my true father back into my life, my foster parents would have understood. No, why did it have to go down like that? They would have encouraged me to see my real father. It was their way. Dickie counted his blessings. Something his grandma Josie had taught him. And oh gosh, Grandma Josie, an incredible lady who walked with Southern grace, Southern pride. Now, Skeeter, he was a different breed, different stock, a hyena of sorts, a person that moved from pack to pack, a nomad, stretches to nowhere and beyond. No, nothing logical about the stunt Skeeter pulled. No straightforward why, where, or what. Each time Skeeter would return more of an indigent, begging for his job. And what would his father do? Take the crazy redneck back every time. Never failed. Dickie didn't know why his father continued to put up with the charades. No legitimate employer would. And if truth be told, Dickie doubted that Skeeter would ever learn. Dickie knew that his father's chest infection had taken a turn for the worst. Upon docking at the Gulfport harbor, Jimmy had said to Dickie, "I'm heading over to Grandma's house for a while." "Feeling pretty bad, are you, Pops?" "I don't know. I think I might be running a fever." Dickie didn't argue. He knew that during down times, when the Hannah remained in port, his father often stayed over at Grandma's house. Jimmy felt great comfort in being around his mother, in spite of her idiosyncrasies. Yet, through thick and thin, you could always count on an intimate powwow at the Dempsey household. It was a house that his grandfather, whom he never met, had bought upon returning from their honeymoon. The romanticism of it all, Dickie thought, thinking of the old ways and how people used to treat each other. Today, there was nothing but a bunch of kids running around racing kids. At least back then, something stood for something. In a lot of ways, he knew Jimmy and his mother were just like each other. Dickie, wondering how much of his grandmother's blood ran through him, thought he might be the same. He didn't know. The young sea captain thought about how kind his biological father seemed at times, and at other times dark and mysterious. Either way, the Dempseys would forever live in the abode that had started their family. As Jimmy was about to turn on the bilge pumps, he thought, whatever, you just need something to occupy your time. He thought about his son, how one day he would inherit the Dempsey fortune. And he told himself, probably sooner than later. Will Dickie be ready for it, though? Will he be able to handle all that money? Perhaps I should entrust it all to Mama. I don't know. I'm just ready to get this shit settled. A half hour later, Jimmy found himself face to face with his mother. They had briefly discussed his situation when his mother cut in with, You're just gonna have to tell him, James. The 40-year-old sea captain fell silent, felt the burning ulcer provoking his stubbornness. He hooted a grunt, sighed, then proceeded to sip his coffee as his mother added, "Putting it off ain't gonna help, son. You gotta face up to your fears." God, his mother had a way with words. And she was right. He told her that he'd explain the situation as soon as Dickie got there. Plus, I gotta tell him he's gonna have to make the next trip by himself. What? Doctor tell you that? Or that on your own doing? I'm not feeling up to it, okay? Can we just drop the subject? Don't get snappy with me, sounded the matriarch indignantly. Suit yourself. Damn, the infamous Dempsey stare, Jimmy thought. Not soon after this brief interlude, and no second before Josephine began making a fresh pot of coffee, Dickie arrived. They heard his Firebird pull up outside. I guess you're just gonna have to hold up, aren't you? Dickie, as he entered his grandmother's house, was hit with a plethora of aromas. A mishmash of sugar and baked bread, melted chocolate, cinnamon and nutmeg. As his mouth began to water, he heard his grandmother's sweet southern voice. "Dickie, baby, that's you?" And then when he heard himself say, "Yeah, Granny, of course," he heard his father rattle off a cough. Josephine Dempsey snaked into the room, her demeanor like a bouquet of freshly arranged flowers. Her hair was teased, combed out to a silky shine. Brain tingles. They made their way to the kitchen, where his father, without deliberation, "Everything's stocked up, boy." "Yeah, Pops, all ready to go. Gas tanks are filled. Y'all gonna have to make this charter by yourself. You hear me? You and Skeeter." "You feeling that bad, Pops?" "I just thought I might ought to hold out on this one. My leg's been bothering the hell out of me. The old bones are starting to feel it." Yours on the sea will do that to you. Besides, I need to spend some time with your grandmother. Bullshit, Dickie thought. There's something else bothering him. I can't tell. To his father, he said, so nothing's going on? Jimmy looked at his son deferentially. He laughed slightly to himself, feeling the deep pains in his chest. And after a couple of hacks said, not before glancing at his mother, you just make sure that charter goes off all right. Yeah, I hear you. Dickie walked over to the counter and grabbed a couple of snickerdoodles. The real retorting jaw, he said. So you're not going to tell me what it is then? He's a big boy, James. He can handle it. Handle what, Pops? It's nothing you need to worry about. Dickie hated when his father treated him like a baby. Jimmy looked over at Dickie, then his mother, and with bittersweet memories in his mind said to his son, look, I know what you're thinking. Don't give you a chance to prove yourself sometimes. It's just, you know, I want to protect you. I'm a big boy, Pops. Like Grandma said, I can handle myself fine. Look, Skeeter and I'll make the charter, don't worry. Anxiously, Jimmy thought, I guess there's no use in hiding it from him. He's going to find out soon enough. So, in the most haunting of voices, he said, I guess you ought to know I got cancer, Dickie. Silence befell the room. Several birds could be heard in the background. God, cancer. So that's what it was. How did he hide it from me? Now that I look back, he has been coughing a lot lately. Short of breath, that kind of thing. Amidst these thoughts, his father said, I don't want you to worry about me, whatever happens. I think that's going to be a good stopping point tonight. What do y'all think? We'll go into the taking it down stage of the live stream. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. You guys have been just awesome tonight. It's like books on tape on steroids. Ska, 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 ska. Much appreciated. I needed a bit of some Scully. Ska, ska, ska. Ska, Sultana. So Jen says, Scully, which book that is for sale on Amazon came first? The book we're reading tonight is not published, so you guys are going to help me finish it. I'm going to read through the manuscript with y'all and go back and do some editing. There's a lot of fluff in there. It needs to come out. But for those of you who like to follow along with like plot and stuff like that, if you have any suggestions, you can leave it in the comments. And we'll definitely take that into account. Absolutely. Yeah, I've always wanted to get on a live stream and like write a book live and take suggestions from the chat about like what should happen to, like who should bite the dust and stuff like that. Anyway, I just didn't see it happening with this novel, and I think it's a good idea, but getting a little bit raspy over here. Brain tingles. If you were to like whisper for a whole hour versus speaking like you normally do, it would wear your voice out completely. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going pretty good, huh, Benny? I mean, some of you guys know what happened in the first book, but that's definitely not set in stone yet, but I mean, I'd say it's 90% complete. You guys are going to meet some really interesting characters that I created in this novel. There's a character you'll probably meet on the next episode. His name is Fonzie. He runs a casino down here that's actually owned by the cartel. Anyway, I don't want to give away too much there. And I truly hope I was able to give you guys some relaxation tonight. Maybe a couple of brain tingles here or there. So you got Dutch coffee shop and Amazon, and then Laissez les Bon Temps Rouler. Laissez les Bon Temps Rouler. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Take a quick break and hit a few live streams. See what's going on out there. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that went pretty good tonight. Well, all right. Time for some grits. I see it. I see it. You see it, Benny? You see it, Felicia? You see that, Jim? I see it. Tokyo. There it is. It's right there. I see it.